Secondly, I deliver lots of insect species. And also, I have seen secondly email us lots of I can say it's article very good. I just read again and again and again. Very email. The title of the second speech is Occupy Your Heart. Let's please welcome the secretary to Occupy Your Heart.
Have you ever seen a sign? Will work for food. I recall seeing it at the age of about 6 while I was driving my truck with my dad. It was a homeless person opening it up. He had a hat out, torn hat, tattered. He was asking for money. I was 6 years old, a little bit naive, and I asked myself the question, we have lots of food in our country. Why don't we just give him some of ours? We learned in science class that to eat, you grow food from a plant, you pick it from the plant, and you put it in your mouth. What's so difficult about this? What's so complicated? My speech tonight is on the Occupy movement that is sweeping the world. It is huge. It has been established in almost 2,000 different cities around the world. We have never seen anything like it. It is spreading like wildfire. A lot of the inspiration that I have used and the research that I've done is based on what Charles Eisenstein says. He's author of Sacred Economics and has been in a number of different YouTube videos and has a blog as well. A slogan for the Occupy movement is, we are the 99%. We are the 99%. It's a neat slogan, but I don't think it's what the Occupy movement stands for. I think the Occupy movement stands for the 100%. I think it stands for equality. It stands for embracing the empathy and the compassion within our hearts that every single human being has deep within themselves. 100% equality. It's something that we all want, and it's something that the world has been evolving to achieve for a very long time. When we started, we were just tribesmen. I had empathy and compassion for the people within my tribe. But anyone over the ridge, anyone in another tribe was an alien to me. I had no empathy or compassion for them because I didn't understand them, I didn't know who they were. Then it expanded to theological. If you were a Christian and I was a Christian, we were brothers and sisters. I had compassion and empathy for you. I trusted you and understood you. And then even beyond that, with the Industrial Revolution, it spread to nations. If you're Canadian and I'm Canadian, then we are citizens of the same country. We stand for democracy and freedom. So what's happened? What's happened? This empathy, this compassion that's supposed to be growing, why haven't we made it bigger? Why haven't we made it to encompass the entire globe? Which is bound to happen. It's not a question of if. It's a question of when. And we've been working so hard to achieve equality. Equality among our people. Martin Luther King Jr. stood up for it, equality for the blacks. Gandhi stood up for it, equality for the Indian people under British rule. If we are working so hard for equality, even today, we stand up for equality in that same-sex marriages. Of course, gays and homosexuals have the same rights as straight people do. Then why are we built on an economic structure that dissolves any amount of equality that we can work for? Why are there people out there deciding whether or not they're going to buy a $4 or $5 million jet? And other people are trying to decide whether or not they're going to pay for their rent or get groceries for the month. What is wrong with our system? And if we are moving towards an empathetic and compassionate human race, why is our system, why is capitalism based on greed, individualism, and consumerism? These people, Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Jesus, they taught us that the most wonderful, beautiful, inspirational human traits to have are empathy and compassion, to serve. Mother Teresa taught us that. Mother Teresa said, to serve is not a miracle, but to serve with happiness in your heart is. And it's so true. I think this movement is a movement towards a different worldview. As far as I know, there are two fundamental worldviews today. One is a commodity worldview, and that is the perspective that profit is above all else. It drives us to, as Brad Pitt said in Fight Club, advertising is causing us to chase cars and clothes while working jobs that we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We can do so much better. And if this is the commodity worldview, which puts profit above all else, what about the sacred worldview, which puts life above all else? Life. That's why we're here, isn't it? To share this life with each other. I get on the C train, and no one's talking to one another. We're alienated from the people in our own country, the people who we are supposed to be most empathetic and compassionate for. We can do so much better. I work at a restaurant, and the dishwasher, he is fluent in 3 different languages. He was an accounting teacher from the country that he came from, and yet he comes to Canada and he's a dishwasher. Is this really the best use of resources, of human energy that our system can do? I think we need to desperately change the way that we view the world and that we create a societal structure. We'll work for food. I don't think that's right. So I'm going to change this. My mic is running out. It says we'll work for meaning. We'll work for purpose. We'll work for fulfillment. We need to stop choosing our careers and our jobs for the benefits or for the salary, and start choosing it because it fulfills the purpose that we know lies in our hearts. This is what the movement stands for. This is as I understand it. Gandhi said that first they will ignore you, then they will laugh at you, then they will fight you, then you will win. This movement has just started. It is gaining momentum, and I encourage all of you to join us. Mr. Phillips.